With the NHL season potentially being cut short due to precaution, one can only think about the next season. And with the tentative 82-game season on the horizon, whenever it may be, it's very possible that we may see some new team captains upon opening night. In this video, I'm going to do my best to give my reasoning behind my picks for these 5 captainless teams. And with that, here are 5 NHL captains of the future. After previous captain Henrik Zetterberg was forced to hang up the skates due to health concerns, the Red Wings have been sailing ship captainless. And while they are obviously in rebuilding mode here, there's still adequate leadership present on the roster. One of those leaders for quite some time has been Michigan native Dylan Larkin. After being drafted by Detroit in 2014, 15th overall, Larkin has continued to impress with his professionalism, leadership, and constant drive to improve. The forward reportedly is highly respected by teammates and the organization as a whole. Red Wings GM and former captain himself had this to say about Larkin before the season began. He took a significant step last year, Yzerman says. What impresses me the most is his speed and his competitiveness. He's just entering the prime of his career. From talking with everyone, from spending a bit of time with him, he's a worker, he's driven, he wants to do well. I expect him to continue to improve, he says. It will be very interesting to see if the alternate captain has a new letter on his jersey for his next season debut. Fans in Canada's capital haven't had much to cheer for in a while, at least before Bobby Ryan made his return to the team shortly prior before the season being put on hold. Ryan, who joined the lineup for an emotional game against Vancouver, had many fans in Ottawa cheering his name as the forward netted a hat trick upon his return. And while all of this was heartwarming to witness, you can't help but wonder if Ryan, who's been in the Senators organization since 2013, is going to be the one to lead the team through this rebuilding phase. Sure, there's Mark, who has been with the Sens his entire career, but currently, the defenseman is only signed through 2020. Ryan, on the other hand, has a contract that doesn't expire until the 2021-22 season. And while it's very probable that we'll one day see Tkachuk donning the C, it could very well be Bobby Ryan for the time being. And while many might suggest Mika Zibanejad, which is also a very good choice, my money is on Chris Kreider, as the winger has not only been with the team since the memorable 2014 Stanley Cup Final, but he's also recently signed a lucrative deal that will tentatively keep him on Broadway until the 2026-27 season. The homegrown talent has been with the organization since 2009 after being drafted into the club 19th overall. The 28-year-old is currently an alternate captain for the squad and has many qualities of previous captains, Ryan McDonough and Ryan Callahan, such as grit, tenacity, and heart. And while he may not be Panarin or Zibanejad on the scoreboard, in my opinion, Kreider is their future captain. The only franchise currently in the league to never have had a captain is the one in Sin City. And for a while, towards the beginning, it was almost like it was part of their identity. The Golden Misfits, the bunch without a guy steering the ship, it just really made sense. But as the franchise ages with each coming season, the question mark becomes more and more irrefutable in when, and more importantly, who, the first captain will be. For a while, my prediction initially was Derek Engelland, and at the time, to me anyway, it made sense. But that was before Mark Stone arrived in Las Vegas, in the latter half of the 2018-2019 season. And since then, it's only seemed logical that the alternate captain will one day be given the C. Stone, currently the highest paid player on the roster, is known for his two-way play on ice, but also for his leadership that he displays on and off the ice. Previous captain Erik Karlsson had this to say about his previous teammate. I think that he's always realized what his attributes are on the ice, and he's used that as an example over the course of the years. And I think he's learned his own way of leading, and I think he does that by example. As of lately, I think he's evolved in helping others reach their potential. He's taken the long, hard road and turned himself into the player that he is today, by his dedication and his love of the game that he has, he says. Things are kind of uncertain in New Jersey these days, as management has changed hands and many players are either learning or relatively new to the organization entirely. And to cap things off, earlier in the season, we saw longtime captain Andy Green follow his old GM Lou Lamoriello to Long Island, leaving the captaincy in New Jersey vacant. One of the most obvious choices for the Devils to consider is their first-line center. And sure, he was drafted by the club and has been with them since being taken first overall in 2017, but he's also grown into the type of leader that the team greatly benefits from. One of two alternate captains on the team since Hall's departure, Hischier has been doing his best to set himself apart. He's been more outspoken, and you can really hear the confidence in his voice, former teammate Wayne Simmons says. The guys really listen, and when you have a younger leader like that on a young team, it resonates with the younger guys. They're not listening to older guys like myself bark all the time. So to have someone in kind of your age group that already has the leadership mentality, it's a great thing for the team, Simmons says. Hopefully, by the start of next season, Devils fans will have the right guy wearing the C in the Prudential Center.
It's not a secret that I want to win a cup here for sure, and it's not going to be easy. Everybody knows that, but that's the goal, 100%.